Yo, what's going on today, guys? It's Sam here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing our first Genji coaching video in which I'm going to be analyzing one of my own VODs to start and explaining why it is that I do what I do, and I'll be going over some things in MS Paint as well, kind of explaining the situation. So this video is going to be on the longer side, but I do think that you guys are going to be able to learn a thing or two about Genji and kind of what goes through a top 500 Genji player's head when they're making the plays that they make. So I really do hope that this helps you guys. A reminder that there is a giveaway going on every month. I announce the winner at the end of every month on my Discord. Last month's winner should be announced on Discord actually today. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, obviously join my Discord if you want to see the winner, and I think that's it. Leave a comment down below as well. So we're going to get right into this. I am going to be doing private coaching sessions for my YouTube sponsors every Sunday. It'll be Sponsor Sunday where I go on my Discord and coach and do a sponsor-only VOD review. If you guys want to know what a sponsor is, it's the equivalent of a Twitch sub, basically, for all you Twitch viewers out there, but there'll be more on that to come. Let's get right into this video. Top 500 Genji coaching. Let's go. All right, guys. So I'm watching this over, and I'm coming up on Nepal here. This game is on Nepal. I'm kind of looking for enemies. So right here, I'm kind of waiting. I want to analyze the situation. I don't want to go straight in head first because we're running Mercy Lucio as our heal comp. I want my tanks to create some space. I want to analyze the situation, see what their team comp is, and make a move accordingly. So at the start, I'm just going to be throwing shurikens at their tanks. I want to try and get my Dragon Blade in the first fight before their supports can get their ultimates. And I know that, yes, a Zenyatta might be able to get a Transcendence first if I'm dealing pokes to tanks. But if I go up to tanks, I can out-damage that Zen healing. And as long as my tanks aren't feeding, I can usually get my Dragon Blade, especially if I'm getting damage boosted by a Mercy before a Zenyatta can get his Transcendence. So, as you guys can see here, I'm kind of just feeding at the D.Va, getting her low, calling out that she's low. I see their team comp. I see that the Genji has not used his dash, which means I want to punish him in this fight. He doesn't have his cooldown. Genji is important to see what targets don't have their cooldowns available and seeing if you can finish those targets first while feeding your Dragon Blade, especially in that first fight. So now I'm kind of just watching around. I dash out back to my healers just because I don't see an opening for myself. I don't have an opening yet, so I want to get back to safety. Because if I stay overextended in that front line, I'm probably going to die. And that means my Mercy has to heal me over my tanks, right? And my tanks are going to be up taking a lot of poke, creating a lot of space. So I don't want to be taking a lot of damage that I don't need to be taking. Again, we're just going to kind of look around, analyze the situation, see what I need to do. I see there's a Tracer up front. I see there's a Winston on me. I get right in his head and right-click him in the face, right? That's a ton of damage. Then I dash right back out so I can heal up because I was getting really, really low. You do not want to stay in the fight when you get low. You want to use your dash to get out of the fights so you can recover, right? You have to play Genji very cautiously. So after we've won that first fight, right, and they're on their heals, that's when they're down their Winston, that's when I can punish their healer. So the next target I find is their Lucio because he keeps the whole team alive. I want to focus that Lucio, get up in his face, and try and kill him as fast as I can. Now my aim was I was kind of jittering my mouse here, right? So, but after I called out the Lucio in my team, I said, look, we want to go on the Lucio here. That's their next focus. That's the next target that you need to focus, right? After that Winston is dead, their Lucio is going to be keeping their team together and keeping a lot of people alive. If you can cut him off, you cut out their other enemy team's legs out from underneath them, and it's essentially a one fight. Then I'm just kind of feeding my blade on the D.Va. I'm going after the Genji, trying to finish him up, get those limb credits, and then finally it's just the Moira and the Winston left on point. So then they're just gonna back out. We're gonna win that fight. We're gonna chase, see if I can get my blade here, and then we're gonna back up. So okay, well never mind. He did have beat there. I'm kind of a bot. I guess it was 17% through, but either way, he used his beat, and then I can wait that out. I forgot that in the VOD. Holy crap, I'm a bot. So wait, ready? I waited for that beat to wear off. After that beat has gone, I can blade. So I want to stay alive. I want to peel off the point. So after that, I pull out my blade. I see the Genji, and that's the first person I need to kill, right? Because he's gonna have they use beat and blade. A counter blading is a very important thing on Genji that I like to do, right? If we don't have a support ultimate ready at the time, and they have a Genji blade, what you're gonna want to do, and I'm gonna show you all in MS Paint real quick. So their team beats blades, and they come down the middle, right? So they're coming down this way with beat and blade, which is a very powerful combination. It keeps the Genji alive, so he has a lot of sustain, so it becomes way less high risk to get deep into the enemy team, and you still have that high reward value, right? If you use a normal Genji blade by yourself diving into a backline, it's high risk, high reward. But if you use beat drop with that blade, then it becomes medium risk, high reward, which is a much better situation, right? If you want to use those two ults in order to win a fight, that's going to help you out a lot. So their team's coming in this way, right? With the beat and blade. Their Winston dove over here as well. Actually, I'm going to make this a little bit farther. And my team, we were playing kind of down here. right? Like I had support here, like a tank or two here, and then I was like kind of chilling over here, right? I'm not sure where the rest of my team was, right? So their Genji comes in with their Winston with a beat, and he dives my backline over this way. I have my Mercy fly up into the sky and damage boost me, right? So I wait for that beat to wear off, and I have my team speed away and spread since we're running a Lucio. The second that Genji has used his dash, and I know after he's dashed, he has no mobility, right? I play a mid-range after he uses his dash, and I pull out my own Dragon Blade from back over here, and I dash past him. This is very important. You dash past him, okay? We're kind of at an angle where he's not looking. Dash right behind him. So you pull out your Dragon Blade, use that dash right behind him, and then you turn around and counterblade him while I'm being damage boosted. So basically what I did is I left-click dashed him, and it's going to one-hit him after the beat. So we'll replay what happened here real quick. Basically, they beat and blade, right? I'm waiting. Right. So I dashed past him, right? I dashed behind him this way. I could have drawn that, but I dashed behind him towards behind him, right? Look, I'll do it again. They drop the beat. I see the Genji pull out the blade, so I immediately dash past him. So he can't hit me with a slash. It'll kill me with a 120 damage. And then I pull out my Dragon Blade right behind him. I focus him. I see him on my back line. I slash the Winston first, and my team's alive, right? Because we've dropped the beat as well here. And since we've dropped the beat after them, I'm going to be a higher health. So then I just run into him, dash left click, and he's dead. That completely negates the enemy ultimate. So we use our beat blade better than they use their beat blade. Because they have like a 1 or 2 second gap before our Lucio drops the beat to kill us with that Dragon Blade, or we'll have higher health than them. So that's kind of the counterplay there. I think that makes sense, guys. So it's very, very important against enemy Genjis to do that kind of thing. I guess I'll kind of redraw this. So he dashed in, and then I dashed from here over to here instead. And then I pulled out my blade here, so I'm going to press, this is where I bladed. And then their Genji was kind of in my back line right here with their Winston here. I took one slash at their Winston, although I could have gone straight for the Genji, but I had time to slash the Winston as well. And then I come back here and punish. I punish this Genji. And then he's dead. He's dead and gone, right? So I think that makes sense. That's the counterblade strat against enemy Genjis that you should do, so that you guys are getting things out of your ults, and you're shutting down their ultimate, and then you still have your blade after. So we're going to keep going here. I kind of get swinging around, killing the Winston next, and that's 2 kills from my blade. That's enough to win the fight because I shut down their ultimate, and that's pretty important. Then it's just the Moira and cleaning up supports after that fight. It's just clean up crew, nothing special. You guys know. You guys know what to do after that. It's all cleanup, very, very basic, and we're gonna fast forward through this next part. Right now, what I'm doing basically is they're running triple tanks, so I'm trying to feed my blade again. They use their beat and their blade, right? So if I can get my blade again before their Lucio gets his ult, that's gonna be very, very big for my team because then we'll have a blade before this ticks to like 75% or something like that, and then I'll have blade for the last fight, and they won't have their support ult. So then I'm just kind of cleaning house up. We're just kind of right clicking the Winston after that because of the Lucio, because Lucio's dead, right? So I want to farm on their tanks. Their Moira uses ult. And listen. I've noticed that my healers have died, right? I've noticed that my healers are died, and my positioning in this game is particularly good because I didn't die once, right? So I knew when to get aggressive, I knew when to get out of fight. So their Moira is using ult, and we don't have supports, right? But they're down a couple players as well. I have some people alive that can stall on the point and allow my Lucio and my Mercy to get back. So I know that my Lucio and my Mercy are speeding back. It's not worth me dying here, right? So what I'm going to do basically is I'm going to dash out, and there's my Mercy, my Lucio, my McCree stalled, and my Diva stalled as long as we could. If I wait for those 2 healers, we can actually recontest with the Dragon Blade and my 2 supports. So it doesn't make sense for me to die on the point there. I can just retreat, get my healers, go back in with my Monkey, and win this fight with Blade. So my Monkey jumps in, I feed my Blade on their tanks, and then it's like I think it's like a 4v4 because they're down a couple players as well. And then I go and the Tracer's coming in, and I pull out my Blade. I slash the Tracer. The Moira uses Fade, right? I'm kind of bursting the Winston down a little bit. Kill the Winston because I know he doesn't have jump and he's going to be low. And he just used Primal, right? So I know that I can kill him. I know that he's not going to pull out Primal. And killing that Winston before that Moira, some Genjis might say you go for the Moira first, right? But if I kill that Winston, that creates a lot of space for my Mercy, right? That helps my Mercy a lot because she doesn't have a Winston shadowing her everywhere she goes. So that opens the door for my support up. Then I just finish off the Hog of the Moira. The Moira's won, and now it's just cleanup, right? They're down their Tracer, they're down their Winston, they're down their Moira. So now it's like a 3v6 with my team coming back. My Mercy gets a res off on our Winston as well. We go for the Lucio, we try to finish him off. And the next target is the Lucio, right? Because Lucio's going to keep the tanks up, but I'm kind of low, so I want to kite to a health pack, right? My Mercy's going to be busy healing my tanks, they're taking a lot of damage, so there's time for me to get out of the fight, grab that health pack, and then go back in. And then he drops the beat, right? So, like, I could have got aggressive on him, but he's already pretty low, right? So I'm just going to shadow the Lucio, finish off their Lucio. We have a beat drop. I'm just going to right-click dash the Tracer to keep her low for my McCree to high nooner. And then we're going to go back on the Winston here, back on the Moira again. I guess kind of back in tank bust after that Moira dies. So, and then there you have it, guys. That's a 19-0 round. Really, really well played. Now, just to go into MS Paint again, I want to show you guys just kind of what goes through my brain when I'm thinking about this, right? So, whatever, you guys can't see this because my webcam's in the way, but there's nothing important up here, right? So we've kind of lost the fight here, right? It's like a 3v6. Their Moira is ulting from here, and she has LOS up to here, and they have a Winston and a Hog, I believe, on the point from coming in this way. A Winston jumping over, and I think the Hog was just kind of chilling right here, right? I'm playing right here. My Diva has died right here, and my McCree is right here. My supports are coming back in from spawn this way, right? And I have a Winston here as well. Okay, my Winston, as a tankier player, it's his job to stall, right? So my supports are coming back in, and I have my Blade. So what I'm going to do, instead of just feeding and dying on point with the Moira roll, I'm just going to back up to my supports here, right? I'm just going to back up to my supports here, because it's only like 3 people on the enemy team, right? And we have a Lucio speeding us back. My Winston is going to jump on the point and stall, right? My Winston's going to jump on the point. My McCree ends up dying here, so like we're just going to get rid of the McCree. And our Diva died here as well, so they bought us time in that fight. So I come back and rotate around with my supports onto the point and pull out my Dragon Blade onto their Moira, who's going to be over here. I thought I was going to kill the Moira, but the Tracer is blinking as well. So, like, assuming that the Tracer's blinking in, she's probably low on blinks. I probably could have done that better and gone for the Moira, but it still worked out fine because the Tracer and the Moira were together. And I think I still had my dash up, right? So, like, the Tracer was just going to get one hit because it was a damage-boosted blade. If their Moira is coming over to this LOS right here and trying to use her ult to heal her tanks and heal her tanks who have peeled to the point, and they're trying to hold this spot right here in this whole area. Their Tracer also comes back in here and is playing on this side as well. My supports are coming with me as well. My Winston is rotating around this way on them right here. Well, I rotate this way around this way. So they don't have anywhere to go, right? They can't just like run away. They're either running into my Blade or a Winston on either side, so they don't really have any recovery. I kill the Tracer, and then I dash. I think I get a couple slashes on their Winston here, and then I come back over this way and get a slash on the Moira, and then she dies here. Right? So like it's important to like know that you can't do anything for your team by dying on point there as Genji. If you back up and wait for your healers while your tanks contest, since they're tanks, it's going to be harder for the enemy team to kill them, right? Because they have more sustain. The best thing that I can do is pick up my Mercy, and the best thing we can do for win that fight is to come back in with Dragon Blade while my Winston stalls. All I have to do, it's better to wait that 4 seconds for your Lucio to come back and come back in and recontest with the Dragon Blade ultimate, which is a very strong team-wide potential ultimate on a map that's very enclosed. So that's kind of why I did that. I recommend that you guys don't do that. There's no point in mindlessly dying on point when you have a chance to win the fight if you back up and wait for your supports. Genji is all about patience and situational awareness. It's not like people see Genji as a super fast-paced hero. Yes, he has his fast-paced moments, but you won't be good at him if you're not aware of the situations that surround you, and you don't know when to punish, right? There's no point in me punishing without healers. I can't do anything without healing. The I need healing meme exists for a reason. You will not be able to punish people on Genji without healing, and that's just the bottom line. So wait for your healers, make a big play when they come back, let your tank stall. You're not a tank. Don't frontline as much on Genji. I was not frontlining on Genji for a lot of this game. I was only frontlining when I had a chance to punish. Do not frontline on Genji. You will die. I'm kind of just feeding my Blade here at the start, doing poke damage with shurikens onto the healers in the backline as well as their tanks. Like when their Zen was peeking out, I was throwing shurikens at them, right? I don't want that Zenyatta throwing free orbs, damage orbs at my team. I don't want him feeding trance. So I hit him a couple times. He's kind of peeked out, right? After I hit him a couple times and I see him, he got down to about half health, right? I'm like 130 HP. It's a risky play, but Genji is all about playmaking, right? You can't play Genji unless you're willing to take risks. There are times where I'm willing to die to try and make an opening play for my team, and as long as my team wins that fight, it's worth it, right? So my Lucio speeds on me on the Zenyatta, who is already low, and I just hit him with 2 shurikens and he dies, but I'm 34 HP, right? So my Mercy comes to heal me, I dash with the Tracer, following up on the comms, and then we go on the Mega on the Tracer, right? She gets the Mega. I'm playing with my Lucio. We finish her off, and we just go to point after that, and we just clean house, right? There's a Moira here. I right-click dash her. The Winston's coming in late. There's a Baby Diva in the back. I dash both of them. Kill the Baby Diva first because she's more squishy, and I don't want her getting mech back, and I know my team is going to handle that Winston. And then my Winston peels to the point as well, and then we end up dropping their team there. And now look, I'm 84% on Blade. Their Zenyatta was the first person to die. I know for a fact that they are not going to have that defensive ult before I have my Blade because I fed my Blade first. If you kill that support first, and the support's left alone like that, and you kill that support first, you know that you're going to have your Blade before them, right? So that's really, really important. It's actually really, really good for me here, okay? Now we're just kind of looking around, feeding Blade. Now listen. So what I'm waiting to do again is I want to beat Blade, right? I don't want to dash into an enemy team when I'm discorded. See, they discord me, right? I do not want to dash into an enemy team with Blade like that and just 1v6, even if my team's there, without a ton of health to help me. So using that beat Blade to win that fight, guarantees value for beat and Blade. That's a one-team fight. That buys us a lot of time on the clock. That's going to buy us up to like 50% before they get another fight, and that's how you kind of want to use your ults, right? Because say you lose the fight after 50%. You've already had time to build up your ultimates again, and at the end of the day, you're winning in terms of the ult bank and percentage. So, right, I wait for the beat. After we drop the beat, I dash to the entire enemy team, get my Blade, pull it out, and kind of find the Zenyatta first because he's immobile, right? The Moira can fade and the Tracers can blink. I want to find the most safe target to ensure a kill first, and I know he doesn't have his trance, so I go on the Zen. Zen dies first. I'm trying to slash the Tracer. She blinks away. I get hit by the Moira, right? Or the Winston, and look at my health. My beat has been negated in like a 2-second point. If I had gone in without beat, I would have died. It's all about being conservative with that Blade and knowing when you can punish people. So like the Winston hits me in the Tracer, I kill the Tracer. Now I'm like 90 HP. I dash to everybody. I'm 23 HP and I dash out. I cannot make a big play like that without beat. So it's important to be talking to your supports and comboing your Genji ults. Combo Beat Blade. Beat Blade is a great combo. It takes away a ton of the risk with Genji ult and allows you to get very, very aggressive. So if you have a Lucio on your team, make sure that you're able to play that kind of aggressive playstyle. And then I kind of just dash out. It's not really worth going back in. They swap back to Widow, and then, okay, we've invested only 2 of our team's ultimates. That was only 2 ults into holding after the first fight. So they're not going to get another fight. So like I said, till about 45 or 50. So look, we'll go ahead. It's 35. It's 40. I don't think they come until it's literally 50, and they haven't gotten another fight. So we already have half the point for free, and we've only had to use 2 of our ultimates to use that, right? And we won the ult fight because we won that first fight, right? So they use their Blade. I hear the Tracer shoot me in the back. I get out of there. He reflects my McCree's high noon into him, which, you know, again, that's still a counterplay that could work, right? Like, if you want to zone back with high noon and Blade, it's all good. So after that, kind of back out, right? My tanks can hold the point, and my healers, if I play back where I am right now, my Mercy can fly out to me if she gets in trouble, and my tanks can stall a point, because they're tanks. You don't have to stall a point as Genji. You should always be looking around, trying to find the next target to hit. You know, there's no value for me staying on the point when I already have one of my tanks on the point, right? You don't get any value from contesting with 3 people. It only has to be 1 person to contest. So there's no point in me mindlessly taking damage, and then it becomes too much for my healers to heal, right? If I'm on the point taking damage with my tanks. It's counterproductive. It doesn't help anybody, right? So I'm playing back off the point, kind of washing and waiting, and I see that we've lost that fight, right? So there's no point in me going in and feeding. We've got plenty of percentage. I'm just going to try and feed my Blade as fast as I can off their Diva and their other tanks. Our McCree's going to die again, and I'm kind of waiting for my Mercy, and we're just kind of, you know, dealing poke damage, waiting to get my Blade and stuff like that. So we're just going to wait. I'm going to say, let's go top right. I believe we're going to try and figure things out here. Create space around McCree. There's a Winston up here. I think we get punished here and we end up losing this fight, right? So like, they're all in there. My team's dying. I kill the Genji. We force trans, which is really, really good, right? So he's used trans. We forced him to use it, which is good, even if we have to give up a little bit of percentage. And now I'm 60% of my Blade, and he's not going to have transfer the Blade, right? So I'm just going to feed my Blade. They're down there, Winston and whatever. I'm just kind of feeding my Blade on this Diva, and now I'm 70, right? I'm going to be about 70 on Blade. Right? Here we go now. We're waiting to group up. Go on. I know. I'm just trying to feed Blade again. Like, I see their Diva over extended. Now what I'm going to do is my team is going to go around and contest the point. You know, it's going to take me 3 or 4 seconds to get around the back, but I want to look for the Zenyatta, right? I want to kill him. I don't want him to defeat Trance. He's the most open target, and now we're down 2, right? We both did we lose to that pulse bomb, but I'm still on the Zen while their team's overcommitted on my front line, right? So I can go around, get the Zen, dash out, and just dash straight out of the fight, and then we have a pick, and now I have Blade. They do have 70%, so they're going to have, this is going to be the fight that counts, right? We need to win this fight, and we have a Dragon Blade to punish, but we have beaten Blade again, as you guys can hear. So we're going to push up. It's very rewarding to beat in blade, right? So here we go. This is going to be a nice blade. So ready? He drops the beat. I dash up, pull out the blade. The second I get the beat, I reflect immediately, which, you know, wasn't the right call this time, but I thought the Zenyatta was going to be 4-orbing and waiting, and I don't want to lose all of my beat instantly because I'm 600 health, right? I can punish with that, right? So the second I see that he's not doing that, I immediately dash to cancel that reflect, right? It's a safe call to use the reflect. So I dash kill the Zen, dash kill the Genji. I know their Diva's out of mech right now because she just threw a bomb, and I see the Tracer and I dash and one-hit the Tracer, and then it's a one fight, right? It's a 3v6. We've used Beat and Blade in combination again to get aggressive on the team and win the fight that we have to win. It's very, very good. Then the Moira dies, and then we just kind of stagger them. So it's 60 to 90 now. We can't drop a fight. We can't drop a fight, so we're going to end up having high noon and a few other things. Then we end up fighting up close here. Let's see this. Go ahead. Skip ahead. So they're Genji Blades. Watch, listen, they're Genji Blades here. That's why I'm playing back left. I want to analyze their dive and guess where their weak points are. I hear the Genji blading on the right. So he's over there alone with the team. I'm playing back so my Mercy has a target far away to fly to so I can keep my Mercy alive. And it actually works like a charm here. So my Mercy's flying around. She uses Valk. Their Genji's low. We kill the Genji. I dash away out of the fight immediately after that, right? I don't want to stay in that fight unless I don't have to. My Mercy's going to have to res. I want to protect my McCree's body and my Mercy while she's resing. So we turn that fight from a whatever it was to a 6v5, right? From a 5v6 to a 6v5, essentially. So now it's a 6v5. The Moira hasn't used Fade, but she uses ult, right? So kind of on the back of the Lucio. When Moira is using her ult, I don't want to take mindless damage to it. So I back around the corner and wait. I bide my time. I just do some poke to the Diva, try to feed my blade, and I just don't want to take damage where I don't need to. I'm playing very conservatively here, right? So I'm kind of zoning around the point, and then I see my opening, right? I go all the way back around after the Diva's bombed, and I find their Lucio. And after we found that Lucio, we kill him, and that's a huge pick for my team, right? Then we just kind of stagger them, right? There's a kill on the Winston. The dash resets to the Diva. It's all about biding your time and knowing where you need to punish. And that's pretty much it for Genji, right? No deaths. It's all about biding your time, playing passive until you see that opening to punish, and then punishing, okay? You have to play safe with your blade. Do something in combination that takes away the high risk that is involved with Dragon Blade and turn it into a high reward situation, right? It still is high reward, but I wait for that beat every time, and I kill their supports early so they can't feed support ults, and then I punish. I punish stationary targets first because those are insured kills like the Zenyatta without trance, and then I go on their Tracer after that, saving my dash. It's very, very important. In the fights that I don't have blade, I'm playing passive and back where I will not take a lot of damage. I'm playing in low-risk areas, analyzing the situation to see where I can punish the team. Low risk, high reward. Genji is all about that situational awareness to know where you can punish to get high reward without risking yourself and taking mindless damage, mindless poke that your healers have to heal you for when they could be healing your tanks or people that are actually contesting the front line. Right? If you take that mindless damage, you don't help anybody. Right? Know when to punish. Learn when to punish. I hope that helped you guys learn how to punish. I'm going to go over another clip right here and paint real quick. That one fight where that Genji Dragon Bladed, right? So, okay, I actually fucked this up so bad, but forget about it, okay? So we're coming in here. We're pushing up this way with Beaten Blade. There's Zenyatta is here. Their Genji's here. I think their Winston's here, and like their Diva's here, and then the Tracer's back here. I don't know where the rest of the team was, okay? So we Beaten Blade. I'm coming around this way. I see there's Zenyatta first. He doesn't have trance. I reflect here just to be safe. The second I see they're not shooting at me, I immediately dash to cancel my reset. Dash, since I'm damage boosted, it's a one hit. Dash, one hit. Cycle around on the Genji who dropped. Dash, one hit. Cycle back up to the Tracer. One hit. Bust Diva, dash through Diva, bust her a little bit. Kill the Moira who has dropped down this way. Moira dies. I dash the point. Get my resets. That's a retake, right? With that beat, you have 5 seconds to get very, very aggressive and kill high-value targets that otherwise would make your lives hell. I kill that Zen first because he's a healer. He can Discord me, and they lose a lot of their value. Like, they lost that fight when their Zen dies, right? Then I can kill the Genji after eliminating their DPS, and then I kill the Tracer after for furthering damaging their DPS, and then that's just a lost fight for them. They can't do anything about it. So, I hope that helped. That's my first top 500 Genji analyzed. If you guys want more, let me know. Let me know if you guys want me to do a Hanzo analyzer or any hero, because I can play most heroes at a top 500 level. I can play my main heroes at a top 500 level. I can play any hero at a 4K plus level. So if you guys want me to analyze a certain hero's play, let me know. Be sure to, if you guys want to come to the sponsor-only coaching sessions, which will be every Sunday, I'll announce the time and stuff. You just have to sponsor the stream. I'm streaming Monday through Friday at noon EST. I hope to see a lot of you guys there. That's going to do it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck all you Gengu mains. It's going to get rough for us. I'm gonna have a video talking about Bridget, which, by the way, if she comes out in the state that she's in, it's not worth playing Genji. Like, it's literally unplayable. I'm very concerned about Blizzard's competence when it comes to designing their game. I don't think they have what it takes to keep this game in a healthy, high-skill state. They're adding a lot of low-skill heroes that have a ton of impact on the game that you don't have to be skilled at this game to be good at. And I'm very, very concerned about that. So I'll make a video talking about that later. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.